Good. All right. Do you know what is the importance of today? I don't want HR people to answer. I don't want Ashutosh to answer. Everybody else. What is the importance of today? Who said that? What happened? Pragya? It's exactly a year ago we moved to this office. So that is a reason to celebrate, isn't it? So hasn't this been a wonderful year behind us in this new office? And there's been a lot of fun. It's been very bright, and there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of buzz around this office. A lot of new people have joined since we moved in here, and we have saved a lot of money. Ashutosh, we did save a lot of money, and just so good. And I also seen that this has prompted many of you to take selfies and post it on Facebook when we are not saving children. Okay. Yeah, what do? Our CACC team, they take selfies, and a lot of selfies come up, and it's good. It's good, and sorry, establish. I didn't get that. Oh, when that album was created for this office. Okay, good, wonderful. So it's been a year, and it's been a good year. So what an eventful week it has been for the world, right? Many of you know. I don't know how many of you agree with it. How many of you are on the side of Brexit or on the other side? But life is not going to be the same again for the Western world, or perhaps even for the rest of the world after UK, not UK actually, Britain. Britain has decided to move out of EU, right? And it's not. I'm not going to ask you whether you agree with it or not, but the fact is that I was listening to maybe it was Fareed Zakaria's GPS. One of the commentators was talking about why they have moved out of EU. One of the reasons said was that it was not really an economic reason, but it was an existential one, because people were not feeling confident about their own identity. And it all started with obviously with an economic downturn which happened late in the 90s, and then not late in the 90s, late in the 2008-2009 financial crisis, and the fact that they were still in EU but not really getting the benefits of that led to people believing that anything different from this would be better. So they went for it for an existential one. If Trump wins in US, that would be the same reason. And the world across is moving on the right side, right as in right, not as against the left. Believes that it becomes my identity, my land. I do not want somebody else to be here, and so on and so forth. Anyway, this TWT is not about that, but I thought it was a significant world event which we should not ignore as we move along. So I just last week, was it last week? Maybe, yeah. I just got back from MM16, which was in New York this time, and MM16 is a members meet. I have talked and referred to the members meeting several times here before. 2010, India had hosted the members meeting. That was 2010 MM16, which was a very successful one. And I don't think anywhere in the world anybody has been able to do one up on India's MM10. Even MM16 in New York was wonderful, excellent, but still a little behind MM10 when we had in India. How many people were here for MM10? Very few people. Very few people. Only I see only Ashutosh's hand up, and Shweta, and Pragya, and nobody else. Okay, so we should have another sometime. Maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, we should host one more successful, which should be one up on every other members meeting that had been there. But anyway, what did we do this MM16? And by the, you understand what members meeting is. How many members are there for Save the Children globally? Quiz question. 29. Ashutosh gets the answer right as always. The 29 members, their board chairs and the CEOs, they come together. We are about over 100 people, and this time it was 150 people. Some senior members of the organizations also do attend. 150 people, they get together in one place in a different member locality, and this time it was New York. And we discuss about what are the most important, significant things that are happening with Save the Children, what is the strategic direction that we are taking, what are the important issues of the world. We normally have panel discussions, people from external experts come and speak to us, internal experts speak in panels and so on. And so India also made its presence felt or presence heard by some of us being on the panel. I had 3 interventions. Harpal spoke on one plenary. I closed one plenary session of fundraising, and as well as 2 side events. One was on the movement of millions. That is about our campaign, the India campaign on every last child. I led a session, and I was also supported by Vidisha, who was there. And then we had a fundraising session, which was another side event about India's fundraising, which was led by Vishal. And I also led a lunch meeting session on urban initiative. It was done by Save the Children US, and I together, Diana Myers and I did it. And we had some excellent external speakers who came and spoke. There was this Professor Ravi, whose surname I missed. Ravi what? No, it's not Subramanian. He's from, I think he's from Columbia, in New York alone, Columbia University. One of the economists, leading economists in the world. And I mean, the thing that I remember about that session is that he said something like, there are no more poor nations, but there are poor people. And you know that Indian economy is growing very fast. In fact, if you look at the numbers, we are the fastest growing economy in the world. The first quarter in India, we grew by 7.8%. That makes us the fastest, really the fastest growing economy. But India has the largest population of very poor people, very poor children. And in other words, the growing economy is not really trickling down to the benefits of the people at the bottom, and that is a problem, right? So that is what he was saying. There are no more poor nations, but there are poor people across the borders of nations. There are poor people, and how do we address that issue? And that is the big issue, or the biggest issue of reaching to those poorest is the issue of inequity. Yeah, so we need to address those issues. So these were some of the MMC, and we had Helen Clark, head of UNDP, slated to become the next UN Secretary General, speaking to us on one evening, which was great. We had some of our partners coming and speaking on partnerships. So we had people from BCG, we had people from GSK on that panel. And what was important was that it was not just a few members who had speaking opportunities or engagement opportunities. We had even the smallest member had a role to play in this members meeting, which I thought was good. So there was a good sense of inclusion about MM16. And I must also say that we had our own, not our own, the International Director of Knowledge Management based here. Who's that? Kaushik, yeah, say it louder. Kaushik is right here. He did lead one of those open space sessions on knowledge management, and we also attended another knowledge core group meeting, 2 days meeting. I attended for the first day at Fairfield, Connecticut, which is the Senator and US office, which all went extremely well. And before the start of MM16, I also did attend, I went for a program visit, like we have many program visits here. Say the US had taken us to, few of us, there were just about 12 of us, to Kentucky, where they had the very first program intervention of, and that is late 1920s or early 1930s. The first program intervention of Save the Children US, which was in Kentucky, in a county which is the poorest county in the United States. And about 2.5 hours from that place, we were living in a college town, a college called Berea. It's about 170 years old, and a magnificent old hotel which looks like a historic monument, beautiful hotel. And we stayed there, and those of you know about Appalachian Trails is along that route, those beautiful mountain range. And if you read Bill Bryson's Walk in the Woods was set around that. I mean, Bill Bryson is actually trying to walk all these 1800 miles, and that's the story. And I would encourage you to read it, because last year I had read it, and that kind of came live for me when I went to exactly the same spot he would have walked. So it was a nice walk in the woods into the poorest county in US, and to also compare that poverty of US with the Indian poverty. Now here is American poverty for you. First we went to a school which I thought was lovely. The kids looked healthy, happy, and the school was well resourced compared to many schools that we have, which are, what is in my mind is what we saw day before yesterday.
Expensive Lego computers to play with.
Expensive Lego computers to play with.
$5,000.
And that is poverty there. And I was in Jharkhand last week, wasn't I? Last week.
Yeah.
Last week. And we went to the school where there were 193 kids enrolled, and they were sitting in the open air with a few classrooms around, and there were only 2 teachers. And of those 2 teachers, only one was present the day we went. Went to another KGBV, which is again relatively well resourced compared to other schools. The KGBV, you know what KGBV is? Kendra Vidyalaya? No. What is KGBV? Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. It's a school, residential school for the girls. Again, well resourced, and in the BJP ruled Jharkhand, they had a menu of meat, fish, egg, and everything else. And I thought that was interesting. The kids again looked happy, cheerful, healthy, nutritious food, but they have a course up. I mean, they have classes up to +2. Science class. First time I'm seeing science curriculum being taught without a lab in the +2 level. If you have done chemistry or physics or biology in the science, can you think of passing an exam without those experiments? How do they do that? And there is not even a single science teacher there to teach them +2. Okay. Compared to that, what I saw in that land closer to Berea was so well resourced. So that we went to a very poor community. There was this lovely car parked outside, and house was like a cabin, but 3/4 of that wall was with this big TV, and then they had refrigerator, they had cooking range, they had. Were you with us in that?
No, I was in different ones.
You're in the different one.
But the same
And I
thing
thought,
happened there.
yeah, well, where is the poverty here? Then we realized that yes, relative poverty. Poverty could be different for different people, and these people run through their resources, be it living on dope or otherwise, run through their resources when it is 15th or of the month. Sounds familiar to many of us, right? Well, 15th of month, how many of you run through your resources? Sometimes I do. So we are in the same boat, Pragya and I. We just run through our resources by, and that is exactly the poverty there. And then the next 15 days, so if they had nutritious food in the first 15 days, then they go to what is immediately available in the market at whatever price that they can afford, and that is called junk. And that when they eat junk food, they put on weight. And so obesity is a big problem in those areas. So that is a relative poverty that I saw in Kentucky. Okay, back from MM16 to my visit to Jharkhand last week. Interesting. You know what is the gender, in terms of percentage, what is the gender ratio there? In terms of percentage, you tell us. In Jharkhand. Do you know that we work in a state of Jharkhand? In the state of Jharkhand? Yes, we do. Okay. 60% of the population there, not the population meaning population of our office, are girls. Isn't that interesting? In Bihar, we have probably one or two, or maybe just one. And in Orissa, maybe the same case. You go down to Punjab and Haryana, we just loaned one of our own to there, and they have one. So in a state like Jharkhand, which is supposed to be one of the real backward, poor states, if they can have 60% of their staff can be girls, why not the rest of India? So something to think about, Vivian. Something to think about. How many do we have here? How many girls do we have here? About 60% in this office, and Jharkhand has 60% or so. Anyway, about Jharkhand visit, I said I talked about these two visits to school, education, what we are trying to do there, etc. Trying to make a change. But if you don't have teachers, nothing is going to happen. We need to have teachers there. If not teachers, we need to have technology of reaching there. And where is Sajid? Sajid is here? Yeah. Sajid, what we do in Pune, for instance, you know, these are places where when we, and there is no way teachers can go there, science teachers. And one is that as per the government requirements, anybody who teaches in the 11th and the 12th should have a master's in science and B.Ed. Where on earth will you find in this Burma block, which is about 1.5 hours from Ranchi, MSc B.Ed teachers? Where will you find them? And you find them in Ranchi. And if you want to get them there, and there is another stupid rule, maybe there is some logic to it which I don't understand yet, is that they can only teach 3 classes per day. So that means they travel all the way from there, and they are paying 150 rupees per session. So 450 rupees. How many of you would travel, put a, get on a bus or have a bike, put petrol in it and go there and come back for 450 rupees? So that model itself is so weak. And there are not that many teachers, and it's not just in Jharkhand, across India, across the world, there is a huge shortage of science teachers. Are you aware of that? There's a huge shortage of science and math teachers across the world. And I don't know if is that true in Dubai? There are enough Mallus there to go, who has got double MScs and PhDs, and they don't have a job in Kerala. So they all go to the Gulf to teach. That's a good thing, right? But I think some of them, some of us Mallus should also go to Jharkhand and try and teach, because there are plenty of MScs and MS that are going around in Kerala. So there should be some good remote teaching methodology, and I'm telling Sajid here to find a way, because we've got technology in the state of Maharashtra, in Nasik, I think, where we are using radio frequency to beam sessions, academic sessions, which could be interactive to classrooms. So these are the things that we should be looking at as new educational interventions in areas like Jharkhand. So one other thing that impressed me was that, of course, there is a huge debate around RUTF. Are you aware of RUTF? Health people? What is RUTF? Ready to use? Therapeutic food, right? RUTF, and Government of India has a problem with RUTF, and also across states they have developed their own food mixes that can be given to children who are highly malnourished, especially those SAM children, severely and acutely severe acute malnourishment. What was really refreshing for me was to see a small, maybe less than a year baby, which I have sent that photographs to some of you. I don't know if you have seen that. And this baby actually, then when I thought, oh my, this is what we are called for, to save children. This baby who would have died survived on this RUTF that was a mix that was done in Mumbai called the Zion mix, which did not get approval, I am told, in UP, but Jharkhand government approved for us to do this trial, and that trial is very successful. And many of these RUTF, which is locally developed or locally mixed, this energy food for children, the efficacy of that is a big question mark. It doesn't happen very fast. Sometimes it takes months together for them to get out of the MAM condition back to SAM condition. Even when they come back to SAM condition, it is irreversible. It is reversible. It gets reversed. So we need to find. I think this is a good RUTF, and this is I was telling Vidisha, this is something which we should advocate for. If the Zion mix is good and it is working, and in our own laboratory, which is in Jharkhand and other places we are trying, it is proving to be successful. It's a good thing, and we should try and do that. So that is Jharkhand visit. I was very happy to meet people there, their enthusiasm, and a smart set of people. Many of them are from XISS. Anybody here from XISS? I know there are lots of, there are about 100%, I mean, about a large number of Tissians here. Tissians? Are you there? One of you? Okay. There are many of you, right? Here? Okay, very shy. But there were this very smart bunch of XISS people, because XISS is in Ranchi, and XISS is another good institute. So we are attracting a lot of good talent. I was happy to be in Jharkhand. So, and also, that TWT is now, every state office has a one-day session. There is a champion there who would have a monthly meeting in which whatever is happening here is again kind of shown to them, and they have their own discussions. And so we had at least 3 states who responded to us in the last 1 month, and some recommendations that came. This is for Vivian. I haven't discussed this with you. They say that you share information about staff charter changes, etc., but state offices don't get to hear formally. But I think whatever I say is formal. But I think a word from you is more formal than TWT. Is it not going out or what? It gets sent out, but yeah, but somehow they have not noticed it. So that is one recommendation that they came, and that we have this committee called what is the committee called? It's not sexual harassment. What is it called? Prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. Okay, but what the committee is called ICC, that is called Internal Complaints Committee. Many of the state offices have got beautiful pictures of people who have already left in that committee. So I think ICC, who heads ICC? Charu. In the absence of Charu, I mean Shweta, I think we need to send new pictures of people. I know Prabhat is a member. So is there are also men who are members. Dev is a member, and please please take mug shots of you, or at least take a picture of a group of you and send it to them, so that the people are aware who are the people that they should be complaining to. But let me tell you that these complaints are causing problems of huge time. But then, do we stop that? Can we stop ICC? Definitely not. But at the same time, I would like to know you to know that the couple of complaints that we have looked seriously into have proved to be false complaints. Actually, in this case, men have been framed. So that is not good either. So, and it has taken so much time of people. So we don't want to have because there is a complaints committee, and because you don't like somebody, that person's name is put out there, and then they go through months and months of rigorous inquiry, and what comes out is false. Now, I'm not saying that every time something happens is false. I'm not suggesting that, but sometimes things go unreported, underreported. We should be reporting it, and if women are feeling uncomfortable in this organization, I think we should make complaints, but let it not be false complaints. If there are real complaints with backed up by real evidence for that, we will take action. People have also we have taken serious action against people. So I just wanted to mention that ICC people should familiarize themselves with the committee members. Social media network, other still complaints. So one of the questions was to the IT people, Manish. The question is that what about state offices? When are you going to close the social media in state offices? Sorry? Okay, it has to be done, because what is applicable here should be there as well. Now, I've also asked Manish, I'm asking SMT members to give each of the functions where it is who needs social media connectivity, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it LinkedIn, and whatever it is, for your functional reasons, because your job you cannot deliver without Facebook. Then you will get Facebook connectivity. For instance, a lot of ACC team would need it. A lot of the media team, which is also under RM, would need it. So whoever else needs it, your SMT member has to say, yes, these are the people, and then we will send it to Manish and make sure that they will get connected. But Manish, I have a complaint, because even after doing all these things, my download time is as slow or even worse now. It's really become worse after we have closed all this media stuff. Can you just come to the front and say that?
Restricting social sites and video streaming sites is not a solution. It's a makeshift arrangement to have the facility of internet available. We are also increasing the bandwidth of internet so that day-to-day operations or related.
No, so how has it helped by closing down social media? Why don't we allow everybody to have social media then? If it's not improving, we might as well have social media.
I believe there is an improvement.
There is an improvement, which is not my experience. So I cannot say that my experience should be everybody else's experience.
Yes, there is an improvement. Yes, there is no drastic change.
There is not drastic change, but there is improvement. Okay, we need to increase our bandwidth. That is okay. So that is something which we should do. And I talked about the employee appreciation training. A lot of people said it was good, and a lot of people appreciated. In fact, everybody in Jharkhand that I met appreciated the transparency around sharing of that data on salaries ranges. People appreciated that. So I'm very, very happy about that. People appreciated the setting up of an award management function. People appreciated that, and we also have minutes of the SMT meetings, which has gone down to the next level of leadership, and anybody can have access to that. If you could ask your line manager, you would be able to get to know the essence of what we discussed at the SMT. What else? What else do I talk about? I think, is that all? I think I've covered most of the stuff, right?
There was a request that they wanted program and advocacy highlights.
Yeah, program and advocacy highlights to be shared across the states. Wonderful idea, but I think it's going to be a little tedious doing that because there's lots and lots of data. So how do we cull that out and send to all state offices what happened in other states? I think we need to find some way of doing it. Drumbeat cannot do it because Drumbeat has got other stuff as well, employees engagement stuff, but program and advocacy stuff, I'm just looking for some ideas. If you could suggest how we could actually get the sense of what is happening across on programs and advocacy and send it out to different states. These are all suggestions that have come from different states. So that's it. I need to run for another meeting right now in Delhi. And I should end with saying that this morning's, I woke up. Before I forget, staff charter. There are some more changes. There are some more wonderful news down your way. Okay, do I have that? Shweta, do I have that? Okay, staff charter revisions. Earlier, you were allowed to do 15 days of salary as advance, and then pay it back in some 3 months or something, right? Now we have increased that to you can actually take 1 full month salary in advance, and we are also giving it a little more flexibility of paying it back in 6 installments. So that is a difference from. I hope it is a welcome change.
But it's restricted to once.
Yeah, it is restricted to once a year, right? And the other is that we have changed the per diem. For A cities, it used to be 1,000, and it is going to be 1,500 now. And it used to be whatever it was, and it is 1,000 for B cities, 1,500 for A cities, and 1,000 for B cities. International jobs. Now we are making it open also to project staff, who has fixed time contract with us. If project staff as well as any staff who has spent 1 year with us, they can apply for international jobs, but it has to go through your line manager and through HR as process details would come to you. Another good news, you can bring your husband or your wife or your children or your grandfather, grandparents to work with us, as long as they don't report you. In other words, a family member can work with us. I mean, we were kind of ambiguous or maybe silent about that. But what we are saying now is that if somebody wants to work with us, if they qualify in an interview, you will not be sitting on the panel, and they will not work with you. You will not report to them, nor will they report to you. Not even in the same department, if that's possible. Okay, so family member can come and work with us, right? What else? Referral policy. People said that, yeah, so what is in it for us? Well, what is in it for you is that you get a fantastic colleague. If you want to refer somebody whom you know, some ex-colleague, some worked somewhere else, somebody whom you want to refer to this organization, and we made it a little more attractive in terms of money. We are saying that 2% of that person's annual CTC will come to you. Yeah, we will. In other words, if Pragya's salary is whatever it is, Say let's say Pragya's salary is 50 lakhs of rupees annually, and then you recommended Pragya to this organization. How much will you get? Finance for people. 1 lakh rupees. Isn't that great? Wonderful. Okay, so you can refer many people to the organization, and good people whom you know, etc., etc., etc. And if that person, by the way, if that person proves to be a liability for us in 3 months, that money we'll take it back from you, and the person will lose his job, not you. Okay, so that's it. Okay, we also have an international travel policy. I know many of you travel internationally, but the most important thing that I would like to say is that international travel, taking advances, making sure that when you come back within 15 days, I think that should be a good discipline. So today I was just going through somebody, this is not, maybe international also, somebody whom I cannot name, a very distinguished gentleman in this office. March bills are coming now. That's not on, guys. That's not on. March bills means one cycle is over, right? Financial cycle period is over, and that is coming on. And we want you, when you come back, the first thing you do before you pass on the chocolates is settle your bills, pay your bills. And that's a good discipline. I think I encourage you to, all of you, to do that, right from SMT, right from me downwards, or right from anybody upwards. It should be done equally across. So international travel policy also, there are some interesting stuff there which will come your way. Please do look at it. Yeah, so I was saying that I need to go now. This morning I woke up and I thought that I had kind of just passed on and woke up in paradise or something, because I saw waterfront in my bedroom. I was lying on the bed and looking down. There was water all over because it had rained and rained and rained. And the joys of living in Gurgaon, and and not even, I'm not on the ground floor, I'm on the first floor, but there are 20 other floors above me, right? And so what came to my mind is one of my favorite poets, and one of his favorite poems called People Upstairs. Have you heard of that poem? Ogden Nash's People Upstairs. Let me read it out for you. The people upstairs all practice ballet. Their living room is a bowling alley. Their bedroom is full of conductor tools. Their radio is louder than yours. They celebrate weekends all the week. When they take a shower, your ceilings leak. They try to get their parties to mix by supplying their guests with pogo sticks. And when their fun at last abates, they go to the bathroom on roller skates. I would love the people upstairs wondrous if instead of above us, they just lived under us. So that's what I thought of when I woke up with all those rains. It's probably something the upstairs guys have done to make that water pass on to our bedrooms. But it's still good to wake up to the sound of rains rather than wake up to this blazing sun. So good days. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Questions? Questions? No? When we started TWT, we had to actually have half an hour of my speaking and half an hour of your questions. Now it is 1 hour of my speaking and 1 minute of some question, somebody. I want this to be as interactive as we can get. Anybody? Questions? Happy to see a lot of new people. Every Friday that I meet with some new people and have lunch with them, a mix of the old and the new. So good to see those very exciting, interesting, energetic people full of ideas, who are there. And I'm very happy to see it. Some very good talent is joining us to add to what Save the Children is all about. Any questions? I'm surprised. One question at all? No question? Ashutosh? No. Anybody? Shall we close? Okay, we have Egi. Before that, something I forgot to mention is, we were looking at some of the numbers of Save the Children globally. I don't know if I mentioned this. We are, as a children's NGO go, and we put UNICEF also in that. We are the third largest, and we are very close to the second largest. Our annual turnover, if you will put in terms of money terms, it is $2.3 billion. And if you were to convert that into Indian rupees, again mathematics, accountancy people, chartered accountants, how much is a billion? How much is a billion, guys? A billion is 1,000 million. So Save the Children globally, we collect annually about $2,300 million. $2,300 million. And that is roughly about 15,000 crores. That is our annual turnover. We are the third largest NGO, third largest children's NGO, fifth largest NGO in the world. So you should be happy to know that. Not that that alone is going to make any impact or change. Impact is when we translate all that money into wonderful programs on ground, and we create impact for every last child. Okay, that's it. And so if you don't have any questions, we are going to have where is Shweta, Smita? You come across, ladies, please come. This Smita has gone hiding. Come, Smita and Shweta, come. Please read out the Egi Award winner, Egi for the month. People who are new, let your neighbors tell you what an Egi Award is. And I'm not going to repeat that. So the latest Egi Award winner is, and who is giving it to who? Shweta, you'll have to speak louder.
So Dharma was the recipient for last year's Egi
last month,
Egi Award, and I'm just going to dial the person who he's awarded the thing to.
You think it's a setup? It's not. He doesn't know that we are calling him because he doesn't know that he is getting the award. Sometimes we can't reach them because they are out in the field. Are you getting?
Hello. Hi Manoranjan, this is Shweta here from the support office Delhi. Hi.
Can you put it louder?
That's the loudest. So you're with all of us here at the TWT, and congratulations, Dharma's awarded you as the Egi winner for the month of May.
Manoranjan, congratulations. This is Thomas here, yeah. Okay, so we have something. We are going to read out something to you, which Shweta will read out.
So Dharma has written a citation for you, which I'm going to read on his behalf. Congratulations, Manoranjan. It is with great pleasure I would like to nominate Manoranjan Patnaik, Finance Officer of Orissa State Program Office for the EGGI Award. He has been working with Save the Children since 2012 and has made a significant contribution to the organization. I have known and worked with Manoranjan for 2 years and have always found him well organized, punctual and hardworking. I have never seen him infuriating or saying no to any work and always provides solutions to any problems. He brings a lot of positive energy in office and motivates everyone around him. I believe these characteristics represent all that is upright in our organization. Whatever task is assigned to him, he accomplishes it with utmost carefulness and sincerity. He is very dedicated and always gives more than 100% to complete the assigned work. He always follows the organizational policy and procedure and sets high standards in ensuring transparency at the settlement of accounts. His financial credibility is unbelievable. He always maintains accurate and timely submissions of accounts. He has developed a strategy for state operational plan on finance and accounts and timely guidance to partner NGOs to improve the accounting system and structure. I am privileged to nominate him for the EGGI Award. I would like to thank him for his continued excellent work and wish him all the best. Best regards, Dharma.
All the best, Manoranjan. You have few words?
Some very much thank you to Abhanan who was nominated by name. And I am also thankful to the team those who have nominated me for this. And all these companies just to the support I am received from my colleagues. So I am also thankful to my colleagues. And as we come to work with such a leader, and I feel honored by getting this award. And thank you all.
Okay, Manoranjan, thank you. Manoranjan says he is thankful to all of you, all the colleagues.
Want to say something else?
Yes, Manoranjan, you have something else? Sorry?
I have one concern regarding the selection of the Chagi Award.
Yeah.
If there is no restriction regarding the criteria,
Yeah.
then actually I am with the state of it, and I have an immediate child to find out the next thing. Actually, I don't know what the people in other states and there are things who are going, I don't know.
Okay, very good. I think it's a very good concern that how is somebody in a state office know who is worthy enough to get the award for the next time. My answer to that, Manoranjan, is that it is now your responsibility to do a little bit of research with all the other state officers, pick up the phone and speak to people and see who has done a good job, apply your judgment to it and pick up somebody. That's it. Yeah? Okay, good. Manoranjan, all the very best. Thank you. Okay. So good. Manoranjan also gets this wonderful book called The Woman Who Saved the World. This is about Eglantine Jebb, who, her biography written by Claire Mullay, who used to work in the 70s with Save the Children UK. This is a great book. If you haven't read it, I would recommend the reading of our founder, who is, who continues to inspire the world, because she's the one who wrote the first draft of the Children's Rights, which was endorsed by the League of Nations, which became later the basis for the UNCRC, or the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. So we have a great, rich legacy that is passed on to us from this woman called Eglantine Jebb. So it's good that each one of us gets inspired by her, about her, and what really led her to start this great movement for children in 1919. Our 100 years is coming very close. It's another 3 years. We'll be celebrating 100 years for Save the Children. Good, thank you. So there are birthdays as well as there are new people.
Birthdays. Arvind Krishnan is celebrating his birthday today.
But he's not here.
Prerna Sharma, Bobby Baby, Sumita Kirti, Manish.
Please come to the front.
And Smita.
Smita?
joiners. We have Deboshri, who has joined as a project coordinator with SNL. Ishli has joined as the documentation officer with Nokia. And Meghna Goyal has joined as the humanitarian and disaster reduction officer. And if all the interns could come and join the new joiners.
Oh, I would like to see the interns. If you all could quickly say who you are, where you are from, your life story, and why you are here, and yeah. John? That's John. We would start with you. Sorry. Are you an intern? John?
Yeah, I'm my name is Ojas Kadwa, and currently I am doing my undergraduation from TWT College, BCom Honors, and I joined Save the Children just because I wanted to do something for society.
Okay, good. Ojas.
Ojas.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Vedika Halalka. I'm also I'm in third year now, and I'm studying at Grinnell College in Iowa, and I'm studying economics and development, and this was part of my development concentration requirement, and I'm really enjoying myself. I think I'm learning a lot so far.
Good. Welcome. You're not an intern, are you?
Hi, I'm Ishli. So I've joined the Nokia team as documentation officer. My previous organization is Human Rights Law Network, and I'm a conflict analysis and peace building masters from Jamia.
I am Deboshri, and I've joined as the project coordinator for the PNC team here. And before this, I was working with Rijo from Hamburg, working on health and nutrition. And then I'm a postgraduate in MSF.
MSF, you from?
From Delhi University, Delhi School of Social.
Delhi School of Social. Good.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
John.
John.
Yeah.
I'm an intern for my MBA, and I'm working with Michelle Amala for 10 weeks.
And where are you from?
From California.
And where are you doing your MBA?
Stanford.
Okay. Good. All right. Is anybody else? Everybody else. Okay. Please come and cut your cake and eat. Baby. What is baby done?
Manish, Smita.
Welcome to Save the Children. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Baby Manish Smita.
Happy birthday.